Imagine something older than the Great Pyramids, older than Stonehenge, a time over 7,000 years ago. So this is a piece of maple and it dates back to prehistoric times, the Neolithic age to be more precise. And it feels very solid, quite heavy and chunky actually, and it doesn't smell like anything. Up till a few years ago, this piece was buried underground for thousands of years, and just like any guitarist out there, I really wonder how cool it would be to make a guitar out of this. And luckily we don't have to imagine, because over here at the Montreux International Guitar Show we can find one. Let's go.
I tried to make a little bit a Holy Grail guitar. Of course, they don't exist.
This is Dirk-Jan Lievers from Dejawu Guitars, and it was his partner Dongmin Wu who dug up this trunk in the countryside of China.
My partner was a luthier, of course, and he thought, hey, that's nice wood. Maybe we can use this for building a guitar. It's a hollow body guitar, made like any archtop guitar, the traditional way. Everything is hand carved from a piece of wood. It's also book matched.
And I was lucky enough that the guitar show organized probably one of the coolest places I could try this guitar.
Stravinsky Auditorium.
My God. What a cool spot to play a very cool guitar. I'm super excited to see how it sounds with a good old tube amp. We brought a precious stone, 45 watts, so it's gonna be enough to fill the venue, I guess. So an actual fragment of the trunk was sent to a laboratory in Germany to date it, and then they got this in the mail.
Dear Mr. Lievers, we found out this wood is about 7,500 years old. So we were totally flabbergasted, and I called my partner in China in the middle of the night, and we enjoyed it very much.
So how this works is that every living organism absorbs carbon-14, and this stops when they die and slowly decays into other atoms. So by measuring the amount left, scientists can estimate surprisingly accurately how long this object has been dead. Thank you so much. I think we might need to give it a try, and I know just the place for this. So can I take it with me?
Yeah, you can take it with you. Be careful and please come back.
All right. Be very careful with it. It's very light. All right, the first tones of the day. Very sweet. Really nice balanced guitar actually. Surprisingly, super cool. This wood has been in the ground for 7,000 years and now it's playing the Stravinsky Auditorium.
And it turned out to be maple. Maybe you can see this from the grain, from the structure. And we have also here some kind of dots that looks a little bit like bird's eye maple. And when we started using it, we found out we could do everything with it, carving by hand. The neck is also made of the same wood. We didn't know if this was possible, so we tried. And just to be sure that it wouldn't go wrong, it has 2 extra carbon truss rods.
Oh, okay. Gentle, very gentle.
And it's fully semi-acoustic with solid wood, solid top, solid backs, solid sides. Especially the Telecaster model, because it's the mother of all guitars, this model.
It doesn't feel like a Tele. It looks like a Tele a little bit if you zoom out, but it doesn't feel like a Tele at all. And that's partly because it's so thick, it's super hollow, and you feel it when you play. The neck is wider as well, so it feels more like a jazz guitar, to be honest. It's quite magical to have wood this old just resonating against your belly, against your thumb, against your hand, and then thinking that it's you playing the guitar in this place, in Montreux. My God, so many cool things coming together.
It takes 6 weeks to 8 weeks to do the woodwork only. So then the lacquering comes to it, and assembling of the parts and making the good guitar. This wood has been completely separated from oxygen underwater in the mud, so that's the reason why it's still this structure, why it's so usable for building a guitar.
And maybe a little bit of a blunt question. If this would be traditional maple, would it sound different?
Different? Well, I did not yet try together. I know the sound of this guitar with this special pickups.
And there's a super cool reverb from the venue as well. A sort of slapback reverb, delay maybe.
It's different from 50 or 60 or 70 years old because the grain is very, very dense. The closer the grain, the denser the wood, the better acoustic properties you can expect. We thought it was 3, 4, maybe 500 years old, and then it turns out to be over 7,000 years. We were just lucky to be luthiers, guitar builders. Someone else could have found it and put it in a fire. So much coincidence.
So 7,000-year-old wood, does it really sound better? Does it sound different? I don't know, I don't really care, to be honest. It's all about what it does to the player. Because just knowing it's so old makes it very enticing to play, and that's all you want from an instrument. It has to make sure it gets the most out of the player. And surely that's what this guitar is doing to me.
I will pay you $10 later. Thank you.